In today's episode, we're going to do another video of my favorite toy line, and that's called the Smurfs. Hey everyone, my name's Chris. I'm a full-time beauty pageant director as my career, but in my spare time, I'm a huge toy collector. I've been collecting toys now for over 40 years. You can officially call me a toyaholic. Thanks so much for checking out my YouTube channel. My channel consists mainly of two things: beauty pageants, which I love, and toys, which I love even more. My dream in life has always been to own a toy museum. So it's finally happened. I've bought a building, and now I've got to move this massive collection and value it into the building. We're calling it the Toy Vault because it's an old bank building located in Crystal Springs, Mississippi that actually has two large vaults. So now I'm just going to make a ton of videos and value my toy collection, and then I'm going to make some where I take you shopping with me to thrift stores and flea markets and toy stores to let you see where I find all these goodies. So let's start this episode of valuing my toy collection and value some toys. Let's jump right in and start valuing some toys. First, we have this little sheet of magnets, and it's already worth $15. And then we have this little bottle. It's pretty rare. It's really hard to find, and it's worth about $20. Next up, from the 80s, we have this vintage radio with headphones, and it's worth about $23, still in the box. We have this little wind-up Gargamel toy, and he's worth about $12. Next up, we have this chocolate tin. It had these delicious chocolates in there, but this came from Belgium when we went on vacation one year, and it was pretty expensive there. It was like 30 or 40 euros. So the tin by itself with the bag is worth about $25. I did keep the bag because it was so fancy. And next up, we have a Gargamel Pez dispenser, still in the original package. And it's worth about $20. He's pretty collectible. Then we have this little water fun book. It's the Smurf water fun book, and it's worth $6. You can get it wet in the bathtub. Then we have the Smurfette car still in the box, and it's worth about $30. We'll go through some of our loose Smurfs. This Smurf sitting on the little rug, he's worth $10. I have a little Smurf holding a present. He's worth $6. Then we have Gargamel and Azrael, and they're worth $13. I still have the tag on them, but they're newer. They're not vintage. We have this little Smurf holding the backpack. He's worth $25. He's pretty valuable. Then we just have a regular Smurf. He's worth about $6. And then we have Smurfette on the roller skate. She's worth $10. She's vintage. Then we have a Smurf blowing a horn. He's worth $6. Then we have, I think this is Hefty with the weights. He's worth $6. And then we have a rollerblading Smurf, and he is worth about $10. Smurfette with the tennis rackets vintage, she's worth $10. And then this Smurf with the hamburger, he's worth $25. He's hard to find. And then we have a Smurf on a snowboard, and he's worth about $18. We have Smurfette's house still in the box, worth $75. Some little random things. We have a vintage baby's bib worth about $2. And one of those little towels that expands out when you put it in water worth about $1. Then we have these little Happy Meal toys. These are little Smurf houses, and they have a miniature Smurf inside. They came from McDonald's, and these are worth about $6 each. And we do have the whole set, so that's about $36 more we can add to our overall grand total at the end of the video. And then we have the Smurf box, worth about $10. It's just a little display box. Then we have this really cool vintage Smurf pillowcase someone made. This is really nice and worth at least $20. Might be worth more than that, but I think $20 is fair. Then we have one of those open Happy Meal toys with a whole bunch of the little figures, and we'll just say it's worth $12, but probably more than that. Then let's see, we have another shelf full of stuff. Let's see what all we have here. I have some little reproduction Smurfs where they made them and showed the year they came from. But this is aerobic Smurfette, and she's worth about $18, and she came from Toys R Us. And then this one is like a diving Smurf, a swimmer maybe. He's worth $23. And then we have the reproduction of the original Papa Smurf. He's worth about $15. And then the last one we have is just a reproduction of a regular Smurf, and he's worth about $20. We have this little Christmas pack with Papa Smurf and Smurfette in a sleigh, worth about $32. And then we have this kind of like sports set of these Smurfs, and it's worth about $40. And then we have the Smurf Bakery. That's a pretty cool set, and that's worth about $50. And then we have the Smurf in the pullback car. It's worth $25 still in the box. And then we just have a set of the Smurfs in a rock band, and they're worth $40. And then we have a box set full of reproduction Smurfs, and this is worth about $35. And we have this little Smurf as a drummer, and this is worth about $30. This is really hard to find, by the way. And then we have another Smurf set here. It's a 3-pack, and this is worth about $45. And we have one of the Happy Meal boxes, and it's worth about $5. I'll always keep Happy Meal boxes. All right, these two clips, they're worth about $10 each. Hackus, and I think that's Grouchy Smurf maybe, or Grumpy Smurf. And then we have these little Smurfs that are on triangular stands. You would put them on your desk and everything. This little first class one's worth about $12. And then the one with the little cake, he's worth about $10. And then the one singing is worth about $14. The one brushing his teeth is worth about $15. And then I have this little Smurf on a skateboard. He's worth about $10, but I have another one of him, but I think I'm going to keep both of them. Then we have a Hallmark ornament still in the box worth $15. And then we have Smurfette in her bed. She's worth $21. And then we have some of the newer Smurfs. We have one with a bucket on his head, probably Clumsy Smurf. He's worth about $18. And this is probably Grouchy or Grumpy. I never can remember his name. Dropping his ice cream, so he's worth $20. And then just the regular Smurf, he's worth $15. Then we have a couple of Smurf pens, probably 50 cents each. So we'll just say $1 for the ink pens. I like to value everything. And then we have this little mini Smurf plush, and it's worth about $5. Have Papa Smurf on a skateboard, and he's worth about $8. We have 3 of these little rubber stampers. You just dip them in ink, and then you can stamp a Smurf on your paper. And these were actually mine as a kid, and these are worth about $5 each. All right, I have some more of those little triangular bases. We have a Get Well Soon. He's worth $14, and the one with the beer is worth $14. Popsicle one is worth $15, and the one with wings is worth $14. And then we have a duplicate of the first class letter worth $12. Then we have some DVDs. The DVDs are worth about $5 each, and maybe one day when I retire and I have more time on my hands, I might actually have time to watch some Smurf cartoons. And we have some more smaller pieces. We have this little Smurf holding his medal. He's worth about $15. Have the little Smurf at his desk, and it's worth about $16. Smurfette with the 50th birthday cake, she's worth about $15. And then we have these cute little Christmas finger puppets of Papa Smurf and Smurfette worth $17. A collapsible little Smurf, you push the button and he falls down, worth $8. One with the little ring trapeze, that's worth $5 because it's broken there on the side, but I might try to glue it or tape it. Then we have some old vintage pens, and these are worth $8 each. Have a little Gargamel figure, he's worth $10. And then we have a little post-it note set that says, I love me, and that's worth about $5. Then we have these old pamphlets where you would get free that told you the Smurf stories, and we have 3 of these. I figure they're worth at least $3 each, and that would be $9 more we could add to our overall grand total. I don't know if these are reproduction or the original. These are the little towels that you put in water and they expand and make like a bath towel, like a little wash rag. And these are worth about $3 each. We have 4 of those. And then we have the Smurf from World Day, and he's worth $22, still with a tag on. And then we have the Pilgrim Smurf. He is vintage. He's worth about $10. And then we have the Weightlifting Smurf, and he is worth about $21. And this pack of pencils of Smurfs is worth about $4. They have a ton of these Happy Meal Smurfs. These are larger. You can tell the difference from the old ones and the Happy Meal ones, but they're worth about $5 each on eBay. That's the average price, and we have 21, so that's $105. Then we have this really cool vintage Smurf kids tea set, little dish set, and still in the box, it's worth $60. And then we have this really large Escape from Gargamel playset, and it's worth about $100 still in the box. And then we have some plush. This one is a Vanity Smurf. It's worth about $15. And then we have a Smurfette plush. This one's worth about $22. And then we have a different type of Smurfette plush worth about $15. And then we have Grouchy or Grumpy, and he's worth $20 still in the box. Picked this up in Belgium at a flea market because I had never seen one like this, and I paid 30 euros for it, and it's called a Bully Smurf mushroom, and it's worth $75. So in our previous 344 videos of value in my toy collection, our collection was worth $864,031. Now with this video of all of our cool Smurf toys and Smurf memorabilia, we can add another $1,710 to our overall grand total. So that means our overall grand total for episode 345 of Value in My Toy Collection is $865,741. That's so impressive. But remember, I am no millionaire. I've just been saving toys all my life, going to garage sales, flea markets, thrift stores, toy stores, and looking online, and it's just accumulated to that big old total. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos as much as I am making them. I like to see what I have and what it's worth because it's just been buried on shelves for years. And if you want to see the toys up close, you can also see them online on Facebook under the Toy Vault of Mississippi. So until our next video, we will see you then.